Okay, here we go with onto our third video when it comes to sound design in a theater. These are all just little basic tricks that if you fix these up, you're going to really up your game when it comes to sound in your shows. Some of these you might already know, but they're good to go over and make sure that you've got them correct. Now, this one is super important. I constantly, as a producer of shows, especially those jukebox shows where I was getting all different choreographers and different tracks, is that these tracks were coming in at different decibels, at different levels, and some of them weren't even normalized. So what normalize means, so you're going to normalize your track, is when you have a track that's all over the place and the sound, you might have got it downloaded it dodgy or something like that. The sound might be too high. So say your sound wave goes past the limits like this, that's when you get that crackle and stuff. Yeah. So what normalizing does is it takes the entire track and it just normalizes and makes sure the volume's consistent. It still has its dynamics, its ups and downs, but it normalizes it to a level that when you take it into a massive sound system, that you won't hear those crackles. So most people are at home on their laptops with the little speakers and they're like, or even with headphones, they're like, yeah, this sounds sweet. It sounds really good. Where the amount of frequency that you're getting through those headphones and through the laptop are just not enough. So it's not reading these high-end signals. But then when you get into the theater, you'll start to hear those crackles and stuff like that. You might even have audience members that don't even notice that it is peaking. That's what it's called when it peaks. But their ears are picking it up and it is making them feel uncomfortable because it's just noise. There's no detail. It's just noise, which is uncomfortable. So we want to make sure that all of your tracks are normalized. Now you can get a whole bunch that normalize them, but they might normalize them at different levels. So if you do have control over what it should be at, the industry standard is -1 dB. Yeah, and that decibel level at -1. So it's never going over, because if you go over 0, that's when you're peaking. So you might be like, yeah, let's go plus, 3 or something. And it sounds really cool because it's really loud. Yes, it does in your headphones. But when you get into theater and you put it into this big sound system, you start to notice that it's peaking, right? So you want to make sure that, say this track here, it's nice and healthy, but the next track has been normalized at a different level. So then the sound designers guys like going up and down and being crazy like that and getting stressed. And then eventually he just won't care about the sound because it's all over the place and unpredictable. So what you want to do is make sure that you request that they're all like that. Or what you can do as well is when you get the tracks, you can master them. So you take all the tracks, you put them into a software or you hire someone, and then they master all of those tracks so they're the same level and they're nice and healthy just under that that peak level. I know you're like, it'll be all right. But really, honestly, when you get this right, the quality of the show is so much better, and people can't actually put their finger on why it's better. They're just like, oh, I loved it. Everything was just so cool. It was just so easy to watch. And your sound design and the health of your tracks are really important to that. Okay, so take that on board. Got any questions? Please let me know.